Well, hello everyone. Thanks for joining us today. This is the second in a series for job search strategies, and this week's focus is on the actual job search. So we want to share some ideas with you and some resources with you, and then we could open it up to questions. So this is our website, and we have a lot of information here. The job search site will have different resources, but I want to get to that. And as soon as you get on, you'll see Handshake, and this is the site that we use to post positions. And actually, employers post positions. It's used by about 900 colleges and universities, and you can go on and sign up. And if you don't have a CHC email address, that's not a problem. You'll sign up, and then we'll have to approve you, which will happen easily. So that is Handshake. I did have it up. Okay. So this is the view that a student or a job seeker will see. So you can click on the jobs link. There's events. There's different ways that you can see which employers are hiring. And when you fill out your profile, it will suggest jobs and things for you. So if I click on here, it might be kind of going toward, I guess I was looking for, you could search for internships, but let's look for full-time jobs. And you could see the different positions that are posted. And what you could do is you can sort it according to area and what you would be looking for.
Now, we imagine many of you folks have used job search sites like this before, perhaps even Handshake. But the one thing that we really like about Handshake is that it's intuitive. So thinking about how we all use Netflix and Spotify and some of those programs that use algorithms to kind of match your behavior and suggest other things, that's exactly how Handshake works. So for example, if it knows that you're looking for a lot of jobs related to accounting, it's going to tend to show you more positions in the business field as you continue to put more information in. And the one thing that we hear from our contact at Handshake is as full as you can make your online profile, the more intuitive it can be to find jobs and other positions that are relevant to you specifically.
And a lot of your profile will be like cutting and copying and pasting from your resume. And you could just put it into this system and add a lot more than maybe you wouldn't have room for on your resume. So it's a lot more robust than what you would want to put on a 1 to 2 page resume. So I definitely recommend you signing up for Handshake, and we'll approve you, and definitely keep looking. They actually have every night they post an area where they have all the jobs that have been posted that day. So that's a great thing for you to look at also. Now we also have, I wanted to talk about, as part of your job search, there's, Handshake is the publicized market. It's the published market. But the hidden job market is really where most people get their jobs. And by all of you being on this little call and webinar, you're actually participating in the hidden job market, because you're meeting with us, you're meeting with each other, and you never know what someone might know about a job that's being posted. Because most employers, when they post a position, they'll talk to their current employees and say, what do you have any contacts that you can share this with? Because if you're a good employee, they know that you will only recommend people that will keep your reputation going. So that's one of the ways that employers use. You want to attend job fairs if you can. Right now, a lot of them are virtual, and I want to show you our virtual site on our website also. LinkedIn is a phenomenal site. I'm not sure if any of you have profiles on that, but we highly recommend LinkedIn, and we'll probably talk about that at another session, or we could talk about it with you one-on-one. where if you see, you could follow companies, you connect with people, you could request informational interviews via LinkedIn. So it's really important. So how networking works is it's you think of the 5 F's: talk to your friends, talk to family, talk to faculty, fellow peers and alumni, foundations and associations. So it's always about, getting yourself out there and connecting with all kinds of people and locations that you can. Then, um, so here's LinkedIn, and and I could share this document with you if you'd like. It's a very big document that we did for our seniors, but it has a lot of useful information. So here's information about LinkedIn, and I recommend a free account. There's no need to get the Premier account and pay for it. That's what employers do, so they can delve into things a little more. But for you as a job seeker, that's definitely sufficient enough. So LinkedIn is a professional networking site. If you're interested in social media, we definitely we use Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram very heavily, and we put different promotional things, marketing things, positions sometimes. So connect with us on that if that's something that you're comfortable with and you utilize. But another thing we want to talk about is informational interviewing. And what that is if you are interested in a particular field or a particular company, and you could possibly find someone in that company that you can reach out to via LinkedIn, via looking at their website. What you could do is you can either send them an email or send a letter requesting a brief interview, like maybe 15 minutes long. And the fact that you're not really looking for a job, you just want to find out more about their career path, all about their company. So right now, it's going to be tough to do anything face-to-face, but I think it's going to be a better opportunity for you now to even have an informational interview via a Zoom or a meeting of that nature, because people have a little more time being at home. So it's definitely something that you want to think about. You would want to prepare for it the same way you do an actual interview. You want to really look into the company, and you want to see if you can find out more about the person that you're going to be interviewing. So then you just want to, talk about some things. So some helpful suggestions to be ready. Have your resume with you. Always keep a list of who you've met with and some little notes about it. Have an Excel spreadsheet if that helps. Always attend formal networking events through maybe a Chamber of Commerce. SEPGE is a consortium that we belong to at Chestnut Hill with 7 other colleges and universities in the area. So we always share opportunities of events that we're holding with each other. So you're welcome to attend those. Always get names and business cards when you go to these events. Always definitely express your thank you. And I always say, definitely an email thank you. And if you can send a handwritten note, that even makes more of an impact. And always, think about your 30-second elevator speech. Now, all this would be for when you would be going to some kind of an event. But getting back to the networking and an informational interview, this actually is a suggested initial contact that you can make with somebody that you would like to conduct this interview with. So there's some tips here, some things that you could ask, how to conclude the meeting. As we said, always send a thank you. And here's some possible questions that you might want to include when you are meeting with the person. And, everybody likes to talk about themselves mostly, and they'll be happy to answer some of your questions and meet with you. And especially now that people are working more from home.
I think this is a really good thing to keep in mind, especially if you're not working now or if you're looking to do maybe a career change or a job change. we had a recruiter that we have worked with for a number of years work with us 2 weeks ago for one of these Zoom type calls. And she said that her company right now is in sort of like a hiring pause. So they're not bringing people on in person for obvious reasons at the moment. However, they're still doing all of this background stuff. And an informational interview would be a great way for you to kind of keep your name out there, to find out more information about the company so that when it comes time to actually, when hiring is allowed again, your name is kind of in the forefront of their minds. So this, and I think informational interviewing, we're sort of poised at a great time for you to take advantage of that if it's something you're comfortable with.
Definitely. Great suggestion, Ryan. And then there's the open and the published market, as we talked about: Handshake, professional journals, internal job boards. If you're interested in a particular company, definitely follow them on LinkedIn. If they're part of an association, look for them through that. So, and this is the information for Handshake. So you just want to keep yourself very organized and always on the professional end. Does anybody have any questions about this so far? Okay, I think we could go back to our From Hill to Home section on our website. We kind of came up with that with the advent of us being virtual. We thought we want to make sure our students and alums and friends that we're connected to would know where to get a lot of other information if they couldn't immediately meet with us in person. So here's the From Hill to Home page, and we can't take credit for this. Our student activities staff, they came up with the idea, and theirs is more activities oriented, wellness, all that, but we took it to the professional career level. So this is our From Hill to Home. So this is myself, my email address, Ryan's, and Andrea Boyle couldn't be with us today. She's our assistant director, and she takes care of social media and all kind of things of that nature. And all three of us are able to meet with you one-on-one and, work through whatever questions you have, do mock interviews with you, review your resumes, cover letters, anything of that nature. So here are the different things that we're putting up. So here's our virtual career fairs and webinars. So when you click on read more, you'll see definitely more information. So this is our workshop series right now. And then there's other virtual events that are happening. These are, professional development. Some of them have passed, but these are the type of things that went on. So this benefits of LinkedIn, it's actually recorded so you can watch it when you have a chance. So that's what the cover letter concept. So a lot of things here are recorded. So take time to go through and see what might be useful to you. So this was a great employer panel that I think you'd be able to watch also. It was someone from an advertising firm, Vertex, which it's a tax technology company. They're a great company. A drug and alcohol treatment center, Miramont, Vanguard, Enterprise. So they all gave some really good advice. Now it was, in April, so the world has kind of changed, but I think it's getting better. So, but it would be good to listen because they all said the same thing. Even though right now the job market might be a little slower, people are on hold a little, the jobs will be there. These companies have to go on and they will need people. So right now is a great time, as Ryan said, to do informational interviewing. Make sure your resume is really perfect and great. Work on some cover letters. Connect with people, spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. I mean, I notice my LinkedIn on my phone comes up constantly, people looking for things. So people are really on LinkedIn. And the recruiter from Vanguard actually said that she'll look at resumes, but she focuses on people's LinkedIn sites, a lot more. So that's all the different events. Then we have some job search tips here. Talked about Handshake again. Um, Here are some remote resources for remote work. So maybe you might want to think about that right now until things get back in action. Lots of sites there. Um, if you're thinking about grad school, I know some of you on here might already have your master's degrees, but if you don't, and if you're a Chestnut Hill College alumni, they always offer a 10% discount to alums, but they might even up it for the next year. So keep your eye out for that. Some marketing about that. So that might be a good thing to do. I mean, when the job market's a little flat or the economy's not what it should be, this might be the time for you to think about, you know, increasing your education and looking into a grad program that you've been thinking about. Every Thursday from 4 to 4:30, we're on a virtual drop-in hour via Zoom, so you can always connect with us there. We have a virtual job search group. Hasn't been as robust as we thought it would be, but you could definitely join that, and we'll help with that. Resume and cover letter samples. This is where career chat. This is the career chat we had with Kate Mulvey a couple weeks ago. That's Kate there, and that's Andrea. So we're going to continue to have these career chats with alums or with other recruiters. So always keep your eye out for that too. Interviewing tips, networking tips, and always, think about the fact if something looks like it's too good to be true, it might be fraudulent. So, and unfortunately, the criminals are still in high gear right now. So be careful. You never want to have to pay for anything or anything of that nature when you're looking for a job. So you could read that. That's a pretty intense article.
We always say to trust your gut when it comes to jobs. Obviously, if something seems a little fishy or too good to be true, a lot of times, of course, it is. We've all heard that. But we are all also happy to look over a position for you. So if you find something and you're like, I'm just not sure that this looks right, please contact one of us, and we'll be happy to look into it for you as well. If we know about it, we would, of course, answer. If not, we have contacts at all the other college and university career offices, so we can reach out to some of our colleagues to say, one of our students or one of our alumni came across this position. Have any of you worked with this company? Do you know anything about it? And we can help you get to the bottom of it.
And that's the good thing about Handshake. Every day we get notifications to approved companies to be able to post with us, and they have a trust score. So the trust score is based on other colleges and universities, and they're researching them. And they could be flagged. Sometimes an employer is flagged, and it could be, oh, this looks like a private residence, or this looks like they want to charge people to sign up with them. So I feel very confident in the positions that are on Handshake, because I myself won't even approve anything unless they have a 90% and above trust score. If it's a local company and it's a little less, I'll look into it a little more, because I thought, well, it could be the trust score. Maybe they weren't approved by as many other colleges and universities because it looks like it's more local to Philadelphia or in the surrounding area here. But so that is a really great thing to do. So we want to think about that. And is there anything that we didn't cover that you think you would want to ask a question about? If not, as I mentioned in the beginning, we could definitely meet with you one-on-one, or you could send us anything via email if you want to send your resume. If you're applying for a particular job and you want to send us the cover letter and the job description, we can make sure that that's really telling your story really well.
Yeah, and please reach out to either Nancy or me if you would like to meet one-on-one. We're happy to do that, and we can kind of work with you on your individual situation and help you to get to that next place in your career.